All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 53 of the DrewCast. This week is going to be a shorter episode. Basically, everybody on the crew was sick. And by sick, yes, COVID. No, everybody's sick and not really feeling well. So I had to cut out a couple topics that I wanted to do today. But I still wanted to give you guys something because I did promise you guys that I would be a weekly upload. And I mean that for all the people who are subscribing and following. If you are new here, obviously you came for the title. And if you don't like YouTube, because there is some of you who don't like YouTube, we are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcast. I am also on TikTok if you guys are into TikTok. And yes, we do a weekly podcast here. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes we get into deeper topics. I do interviews sometimes where we have guests on. So if you're new here, welcome. Tonight's episode is going to be a little shorter, like I said in the beginning. And we're going to start off with Dawn FM. Quick little review of it. If you guys don't know, Weeknd came out with a new album over the week. It's called Dawn FM. Great album, by the way. And I was kind of scared because I was like, hey, he's not going to be able to match last album. Because last album came out, and I'm going to just straight up say it, I fully believe that After Hours kind of saved the pandemic for me. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys have that for you. Like if there's an album or a movie or a TV show that kind of saved the pandemic. But like right as soon as everybody had to be locked down and no one can leave and everybody was getting toilet paper. Remember those days, the good old days when no one could get toilet paper? Like literally no one could get toilet paper. But everything else was still full on the shelves. Anyways, when all that was happening and we were really uncertain about where the pandemic was going, Weeknd drops this album, After Hours. Amazing album, by the way, and I'm obsessed with it. Okay, Save Your Tears was the intro song to the podcast for like the longest time, and I still might go back and start using it. So yeah, I was scared. I was like, hey, how does he follow up After Hours, right? So Dawn FM comes out, and I'm going to give you guys my top... I'm going to say my top 5 songs off the album. The whole album to me is good. There's not really a bad song on this album, by the way, and I don't usually say that. If you guys have watched me, I usually don't say that. I'm never like, oh, there's not a bad song. Like there is. Everybody has an album where like there's a skippable song or two. For this album, I don't think there is. So coming in at number 1, this is a lot of people's favorite song, but I don't even know if I should have like a list, like number 1, number 2. Like I'll just name 5 and then we could talk about it. But I do love Less Than Zero is probably my favorite song on this album. It's like my Save Your Tears, except for this album. The song is amazing. I know that Abel the Weeknd, some people call him Abel the Weeknd, whatever. He probably had a different message for the song, but for me, when I hear Less Than Zero, I think of something completely different probably than what he was aiming for. But nonetheless, the song still hits. The beats, guys, by the way, the beats, if you're into like 80s synthwave, if you're into like that type of beat, this album is for you, and it's different, by the way. It's not really different than After Hours. I mean, it is. I'm lying. It is different. But if you're a fan of like those type of beats, yeah, this album's for you. So Less Than Zero, amazing song. Number 2, Out of Time. Out of Time is also a great song. I don't really have... For these first 2 songs, I really don't have complaints. Like, I really don't have complaints. They're great. They're great. Out of Time, if you guys want to get into, like, a good mood or you're into, like, a... I don't even know how to explain it. I wish I had someone else on the show to, like, talk with me because I don't really know how to explain Out of Time. It's, like, upbeat, but it's still, like, sad, but it's still not... Like, it's hard to explain. You guys might know what I'm talking about if you've listened to it. Coming in at number 3, I got Here We Go Again. Yeah, Here We Go Again featuring Tyler the Creator, which this song kind of surprised me because looking at the track list, I'm like, featuring Tyler the Creator, And if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know, but if you don't, Tyler the Creator isn't known for being this type of he's not known for being in these type of songs, okay? And so when I heard this song, I'm like, I didn't know what to expect. Okay. And I love Tyler the Creator. He's actually a good artist. I just started getting into him in the last like couple years. I know. Before the mob comes. I know the mob's gonna be like, oh. But yeah, no, I just in the last couple of years I've started to get into him. He's a great artist. So when I hear this song, didn't know what to expect, but he killed it, and so did The Weeknd. It's one of the best songs on the album. I actually might have it at number one, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it a couple more listens before I settle down on which one I'm gonna pick. Because Papa don't know sometimes. Coming in number four. So number four. Let me see. I got Sacrifice. Sacrifice is a good song. I feel kind of bad just naming them off because like the whole album is good. Don't get me wrong, the whole album is good. But Sacrifice is a good one. And this list might change later. But number five, if we're gonna number four is not Sacrifice. Take My Breath. I know a lot of people are gonna come with their pitchforks. Oh, you didn't blah, blah. But yeah, no, Take My Breath is like if you do Molly or like you smoke weed or you're into dancing or like skating, like just dude, that song, take my breath away. Like, I don't know, like it's like you can't not dance. And it leads into a topic I'm gonna get into later, but you can't. It's like you literally can't dance if you play it around somebody who doesn't like dance or isn't fun. And I dare you to tell me a fucking smile doesn't light up on their face. And when you play Take My Breath, just play it in front of them. Don't even say what you're doing. Just play it, and I guarantee you, that person's gonna just start. Whoa, where did the disco ball come from? But yeah, the last song that I have is "Regret" by Jem, and by Jem, yes. Just like all of you, I was surprised that Jem fucking Carrey was on this album. But he is on the outro of this album, and dude, let me just tell you, shrooms, sober, whatever you want to listen to this outro on, it's fucking beautiful, dude. If I could have him talk at my funeral, that's who I'm picking. He's doing my outro, It's like the perfect way to explain life. Just listening to that outro, you're like, damn, bro, Jem knows the right words to say. So like the album was supposed to be them guiding you through purgatory. And if I'm in purgatory, that's the voice I want to hear. It's like, oh, I'm like super scared. I don't know what's happening. Like I just died. Where am I going? But if that's the voice you hear and like the words you hear, I'm good. Like, oh wow, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Which Jim Carrey, you get all the credit for that because like, whoa, dude. Not many people know, but like Jim Carrey, I wouldn't call him woke, but like Jim Carrey's been on a lot of like deep meaning stuff the last couple years. And by the last couple years, like I first learned about it since like probably he started doing the Kick-Ass movie. So around that time, I was like, okay, like Jim Carrey's kind of like one of those guys. Like this is what it is now. Not bad. So yeah, for me, guys, I'm biased towards The Weeknd and Drake. But Dawn FM, it's good, and it didn't let me down, and might be better than After Hours for me. So I don't know if you guys have listened to the new album. Let me know in the comment section, because I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what people have to say, because I want to meet someone who doesn't like it, and then we can. Well, I've heard of some people, and there's a couple of friends of mine who it's cringy. Everything's fucking cringy around here. So yeah, if you listen to it, comment below. It's kind of cool. It's cool because music like this, it can heal your soul. It's weird how like, I'm pretty sure everybody out there has like a different artist that they listen to where like that kind of music heals their soul. But for me, this kind of music just like, it can like bring me out of like a depression. If I'm in a bad mood or I'm sad, like this type of music can really help. It's like really cool that like this type of music can really help you. Like I was thinking about this the other day, how music is literally like the purest form of manifestation, because you're pulling nothing out of like thin air, basically. You're creating the words, you're creating the beat, you're creating like just this experience. And like once you're done with that creation, someone can listen to it and feel better about themselves. They can heal from their pain, or they can heal from things that are traumatizing them off of so I create this song. I pull it out of thin air. I create it. Someone listens to it. It makes their day go better. So I manifested this song, which then turns into art, which it's cool. The whole process to me is cool. It's so beautiful, man. Like music is just, that's probably where I get my passion for like rapping, and I get my passion for just like music in general, because it really is the purest form of manifestation. I mean, think about it. People can manifest a song out of their thoughts and make money off it. Like, that's insane. Like, that's cool. If people don't believe manifestation is real, just show them this clip. Song making and songwriting is literally its purest form, and it's so beautiful to watch. You know, because I listened to songs off this album that Weeknd just had, and it touched my soul, and like it made me, some of it made me sad, some of it made me feel better, but at the end of the day, like, it still did something. It's beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. And that leads me to actually to my last topic of the night, guys, because when I was talking about it bringing you from a dark place, that dark place usually is depression. Recently, a lot of people that I know, myself included, family members, friends, and I won't say names because, you know, I didn't ask for permission on this, but a lot of people get hit with depression. And especially men. Now, I know women can get depressed too, so this isn't like a whole, oh, women can get... No, women can, but I specifically want to talk about male depression, because I feel like that's something that we as men don't really talk about, and it's something that we kind of make fun of each other for, which leads into bigger depression, which leads into more... It's like we've created a culture where, like, you can't even say you're upset about... You can't say you're sad, you can't say you're upset about something, you're a pussy. You're a bitch. Oh, you're sad? Go be a pussy boy somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, we've created that. So we can't be mad because we've literally created it, and we've also, like, contributed to why it's a thing. So a lot of people, so depression, I don't know if it can be cured. I don't want to sit here and pretend like, oh, well, just be happy. You know, like, just don't be sad. Like, that's stupid. You can't tell people that. Because a lot of people's depression isn't just, oh, I'm sad. It like stems from like deeper things. The food we eat, the poisonous food that we eat, and let's not kid ourselves. Like all the not produce. Anyways, yeah. Long story short, it kind of boils down to a lot. You can't just tell people like, oh, don't be sad, because you know, it's our daily routine that contributes to the depression for us. The alcohol we put in our body, the lack of water, the smokes, like that could lead to you not feeling good. It could lead to your head hurting. It could lead to you. It's just, think about the shows you watch, the movies you watch. Think about what you're feeding your brain, you're feeding your body. Think about the things we do every day. Like everybody's literally forced to do like a 9 to 5. And if you don't do a 9 to 5, you're done. You're homeless. So if you don't work yourselves to death, and you don't work, and like you don't stress out about, oh, if I don't have enough money, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to take care of my kids? How am I going to feed my dog? How am I going to put a roof over my head? That's already stressful enough. And then on top of that, think about the food you put in your body. Think about the alcohol or the drinks. Think about everything you put in your body. The smokes, the cigarettes. Think about like the people you keep around, the friends you have around, the family that's toxic that you keep around, the shows you watch, the TV you watch, like everything. My point being, guys, and this is aimed at men, like I said in the beginning, because everybody has depression, but I'm aiming this at men. We created that culture to where you're a pussy boy, you're a bitch. And I feel like we should change it. And I know it's not going to be overnight, but we should really, like, if you notice like your friends aren't doing well, talk to them, man. Send them a message. Be like, hey, bro, are you okay? Like, it's okay to vent. You're not a pussy boy for venting. You know, like, a lot of people in my age group and older, you mean you bet your ass, or you had a dad, or you had an uncle, or you had a grandpa, you weren't allowed to be sad. Oh, because when I was your age, I was working 20 hours a day and I wasn't allowed to be okay, but this is where we break the cycle. Because if we keep doing this, well, I was depressed too, so just get over it. The cycle will never be broken. And then we're going to pass that trauma down to our kids, and their kids will pass it on to them, and it'll just be a forever cycle. We can change it. And I have faith. The newer generation, I have faith in you guys because you guys are starting to see, like, hey, like, this is kind of too much. You know, like, I'm not saying don't listen. I don't even know what kind of music would, when I said, oh, it depends on the shows and the music you watch. I don't even know what type of music you would listen to lead to that, but it's just like, you just got to be careful what you're putting into your body and into your mind, because what you put in is definitely what you're getting out of it. There's no denying that. So yeah, we could talk about that another time. If you guys actually want me to like dive deeper into those type of deep topics, let me know and I will do it. I feel like since this is a shorter week, I haven't hit everything I want to hit with like depression, and especially with like male depression, and just like what we've created ourselves and what we force upon other people. And not every guy's like that. Don't get me wrong. Not every guy's like that, but a lot of us are it's to the point where like you can't even express your emotions to people. Like when you end up in relationships or you end up in the adult life, you can't even express it because you're a pussy boy, you're a bitch. People don't take you seriously, and it's like, hey, we should start talking about that. Or we're going to end up with another generation of men who can't control their emotions, who can't express their emotions. You can't even, hey man, you should probably not drink cow milk. Maybe you should drink something else that's healthier. Oh, you're gay. Oh, hey, hey, instead of like processed meat, that's what I wanted to say earlier. Processed meat. Yeah, instead of processed meat, how about we try like something that's like good for your body, but also doesn't like mass kill animals? Oh, you're gay. Everything is like either you're gay or you're a bitch. It's like we don't need to do that anymore, actually. Like it's okay to be educated, and it's okay to admit that you learned something. But yeah, that's the end of tonight's episode, guys. Sorry for the short week. We will be back next week, like usual. Hopefully everybody's feeling better by then. Hopefully the Rona's gone if people have Rona. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, guys, if you're into like audio platform stuff, Spotify, Apple Podcasts is where we're at. We will be here on YouTube every week. I'm also doing shorts, so check out the shorts. And until next time, guys, peace.